Hey, listen up. D for two. Let's get it.
You know what I'm saying? I'm back
With another video from Papa. You know what I'm saying? We in it right now. I'm doing something
very important. I'm pouring up my. Ooh. And today we're focusing on mixing, which is if we want to really think about mixing on a big scale, it's the same as water.
Okay.
Our vocals are like the waves that's used crashing against everything. But as I get more into it, I'm kind of going to break down this episode. It's just really simple and some very simple things. There are four main components that we use with mixing to help cleanse, per se, the water. Okay? And so I'm about to go back to my seat while I drink my tea, and we're going to break that down for y'all. All right? Mixing is the same as water. Okay? It goes through a filtration process. All right? So when we purify water in real life, we have the raw water that goes to the coagulation. The coagulation, what it does, it finds the different sediments, that means rocks and stuff, and kind of starts putting it together to kind of form and squeeze up. The fodulation makes the clumps larger, okay? So it becomes big clumps in the water. It's filtering out some more, getting all the nitty gritty. Just take the small things, makes it bigger, and you could actually drink water in the fodulation period if you drain it out, but that's not the best. Okay. Then we have the sedimentation. The sedimentation right here is where you let all the water come to the bottom. And it's almost similar to the filtration point because now you have the different aspects of all of it because it's going to build up and now it's going to filter through. And then we disinfect it to treat the good water that we like to drink. Okay. All right. Let's get it. Let's get it. So we're going to start off with our EQ. Okay. So our EQ creates the shape, tone, and the clarity of our vocals. Okay. Now, really, this video is going over just a very small amount of what each part and what we're doing and whatnot. I'm just going to go over really quick. I'm going to do another video over each four in more depth. Okay. But the EQ, what it does, you have your water that pushes through. Okay, imagine water's going through. We have the high end, which is over here. This, I don't know if y'all can see, the 10K hertz, the medium, the 1K, and then lower, we have the 100. Our voices are in the middle, okay? You want to manipulate your voice. So if we go back up here, we're taking out certain parts, manipulating it. So then we will be able to know what to take out and what we control or not. We're going to keep it simple. All right. The next important part we have is the compression. Okay. Now the compression is focusing on the dynamic control. Dynamic control is at different points when I'm talking now, I'm loud and I'm low. I might be talking low like this, but it allows it when you're listening to the song, it sounds all on the same level. Okay. And that's controlled with the ratio, which is telling this right here. Okay. What percentage is it going to catch the vocal at? What are we catching the water at? So, and then the attack level is when are we letting the water go through the gate? And then when are we releasing it so it can be pushed out and be heard? So when are we shooting the water out?
and when are we letting go out? Okay. When we create a vocal chain, it's slightly different from this here, but it's like each one of these is a gate. We have the EQ, compression, and then after compression, many times we'll go straight to the reverb. Now the reverb creates an ambiance, okay? And now if you see in this corner with this lady, it's going through different ones. We're going to focus on delay and then here reverb. It creates the room. It creates the area that you're going to be at when you're listening to the song. So, for example, the more it sounds like you're in an open theater or it's a wider vocal of things in that area. So, imagine singing in the bathroom versus singing in a dry studio. That's the difference there. Reverb controls the ambiance of that, okay? Next part, the last thing is delay, okay? Delay adds depth to your vocals. You could do delay in many ways. You could go and record again the same thing, or you can use a delay filter that allows the water to have this is kind of like the crispiness on top. Because if I'm being real with you, after reverb, you could yourself kind of stop with the track. It won't sound what you want, but you could still make a good track with just these three. But delay adds the kind of the icing on the cake to everything. But this is kind of why I want us to this is kind of just like the first video, and I'm just touching on what each of these and what do they do. And in the next videos, I'm going to kind of go more into detail explaining that. So what I'm going to do next, okay? I'm going to pull up BandLab because I know a lot of our users use BandLab. And I'm doing this because I want to be able for y'all to see what delay like what I don't know. It has different names. It's different names for the same thing. Like, how do I know? You know what I'm saying? How to find delay or how to find this and that. You know what I'm saying? What should I be looking for? Because so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go here on BandLab. And let's go back to showing that the water is wet indeed because water is wet. Just like mixing is wet. Woo! Come on, baby. Woo! 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 Mixing's wet, baby.